Hey guys, so this is how you're gonna this is a YouTube video that's gonna show you how to complete the lesson for April 20th. Okay, so you should see my screen. This is my period one, just like usual. You're gonna go over to classwork, and the lesson should be right at the top. Okay, 420 lesson funding in Baltimore. Okay, so you go to the bottom, you'll see a Google form and a Google Doc. For now, we're just gonna work on the Google Doc. Okay. So you open it, and here it is. So all it really is you're going to read through it and then answer 4 questions. Okay, so nothing too crazy. All right, so I'll read through it together. Well, not together. I'll read through it to help you guys understand some parts. So if you see, it's being a little slow. Sorry. Is name of the title of the article is Key Results Funded in the Fiscal 2018 Recommended Budget. Okay, for Baltimore City. Okay, so this document is actually from the government of Baltimore, and they're talking about what things they want to fund in order to help with public safety. Because I know in one of our assignments, a lot of you guys listed that as your priority. So that's why I picked this one. Um, so this first section, it actually talks about stuff that they're already funding, um, and they're going to continue to fund because they're saying that it's working. Okay, so I will read through each, and then I'll show you how to answer the questions down here. Okay. So again, these are things that they already increased funding for, but they're saying for next year they want to keep funding them because they feel that they have been working. Okay. So the first one says Baltimore Gas and Electric and the Department of Transportation are partnering to add 6,000 more streetlights to city streets. Streetlights are proven to help lower criminal activity. Okay, I know that sounds kind of weird. Like, how would streetlights help prevent crime? But you got to think, if the streets lit up, people aren't going to be committing crimes out in the open. You don't want to get caught. You don't want to be in the light. Okay, so if there's light, people are less likely to do sketchy stuff and commit crimes because they know it's easier to be seen. Okay. The next one is the Baltimore City Police Department was able to increase its use of fingerprinting, DNA evidence, and ballistics by 10% to help solve crimes. So if you ever watch those crime shows like Law and Order or anything like that, they use a lot of this stuff, right? So if someone leaves a fingerprint on something, the police can trace it and use it to help solve crimes, find the person that committed the crime. Okay, so DNA evidence. If someone leaves a hair somewhere, or I don't know, saliva, they can track the DNA to see who it was and helps use it to solve crimes. And then ballistics is just um, based on where like bullet holes are or where gunshot wounds are. They can tell where the shots came from. Also, maybe what type of gun was used, stuff like that. So they're able to use that 10% more to help solve crimes. Okay, so it gives them more evidence and clues they can use to help solve crimes. All right, next one. The Baltimore City Fire Department dispatched or let out emergency medical services EMS to 179,326 incidents during 2016. This accounts for 10% growth over the previous year. So when we're talking about emergency medical services, EMS, like that's like ambulances and stuff. Okay. Um, So they were able to respond to more incidents. And also, I think the main thing that's good is that they were able to respond to 44% of the incidents within 8 minutes. Okay. And they're trying to reach 90% by 2018. Okay. So I imagine they're going to do that by providing more ambulances and maybe more stations where there are ambulances. Okay. Um, Next one. The Mayor's Office of Employment Development provides services to 409 ex-offenders, so people who committed crimes, served their time, who went on to get employment in jobs. This number is expected to grow in 2018 to 500. Okay, so the Baltimore City is spending money helping people who have commit crimes find jobs again, so they don't go back to committing crimes. Okay, because one of the biggest problems um, people who've been to prison have is when they get out, it's really hard for them to find a job, so they just go back to committing crimes for money again. Okay, so they're spending money to help these people get jobs back. Next one. The Mayor's Office of Criminal Justice reported a 40% crime reduction in areas with City Watch cameras. So, City Watch cameras are a lot like surveillance cameras you see in stores, but these are put on the streets for the police to use to help catch criminals. Okay, so they're basically like the surveillance cameras you even see in Patterson, but they're on the street and they you've probably seen them around. They're pretty easy to spot, and they kind of want them to be easy to spot in some cases, so people know that they're being watched and won't commit crimes. Okay, and then the last one is the Baltimore City Fire Department (BCFD) installed 15,889 fire alarms during 2016. This is 263 more than the previous year, and it anticipates increasing this figure by 500 devices during 2018. Okay, so they are installing more fire alarms because public safety is not just about crime; it's about everything, protecting from fire, um, you know, illness. If someone gets sick, the EMS can be there. So they installed more fire alarms so they can help prevent fires better. Okay, so that's all of them. Now, the first question, if you're doing this on a Google Doc, I know a lot of you were having trouble with this, so I'm going to show you another way to do it in a sec. But the first question just says, describe at least 3 ways increased funding has helped increase public safety in Baltimore. Okay, so you just go up here and you pick 3, and you just say how they help with public safety. Okay, so it's pretty simple. Like I'm just going to say they added more street lights, which may help reduce crime. Okay. And then you would just need to do 2 more. Okay. Now, I know a lot of you guys had trouble typing on this, probably most of you. So, what you guys can do is if you go back to the assignment, there's this other um, document you could click. It's a Google form. Okay. So, you click that. And I have all the same questions on here. And this, I'm pretty confident you guys will be able to do on your phones pretty easily because I've done these before on my phone. So I'm 99% sure you should be able to do this, okay? And it's the same exact questions that's on the document. You're just going to have to go over here to answer them, okay? So if you see, first question, describe 3 ways increased funding has helped increase public safety in Baltimore. Go over here to the first question. It says the same thing. Describe at least 3 ways increased funding has helped increase public safety in Baltimore. Okay. So you can do them in either one. If you are comfortable with the Google Doc that works for you, you can do it right in here. Everyone else, you're just going to have to go over to this Google form, click that. It'll bring you to this page, and it's all the exact same questions. Okay. And you just type them right in. Okay. So it's the same thing. We'll say where your answer is. say street lights will safety. What did I say on the first one? Okay, yeah, so you can say they added more streetlights, which may help reduce crime. All right, so again, you don't have to do both, just do one. And then when you're done answering, you just go to the bottom and click submit, and it'll go right to me. Okay. So we'll continue. The next question is kind of your opinion. It's just why do you think the city chose these things to fund or spend money on? So that's your opinion. Again, I'm not looking for a ton, so whatever you put down, as long as you show that you're thinking, it'll be fine. Okay. Next one, it says key budget decisions in safe neighborhoods. So the safe neighborhoods, that's just all these programs we just read about up here. Okay, so that's all they're talking about when they say in safe neighborhoods. That's all those things we just read. All right, so it says the fiscal 2018 budget maintains current funding across all services within the safe neighborhood portfolio. Okay, so they're keeping the same amount, they're spending the same amount of money on all those things because they were working. So they don't want to spend, they don't want to take funding away. All right, but then it says with the exception of 5.5 million in reductions within the police department. Okay, so it's all staying the same, but the police department's going to get $5.5 million less. Okay, that the funding will be redirected to support the city's enhanced financial commitment to Baltimore City Public Schools. All right, so all that means is they're taking the money from the police department and giving it to us in Baltimore City schools. Okay, so it's not like the money's just vanishing, it's coming to the schools. Um, Moreover, the fiscal 2018 budget includes 12 million of additional funding for operating and capital projects associated with the BPD's consent agreement with the Department of Justice. All right, and then you're just going to answer this question down here. Where did the city choose to cut funding in this section? Where did that money go instead? Okay, so you answer that again. You can answer that question right in here. Say whatever you want. I'm just going to type in some gibberish. But again, if you're doing it on the Google form, that's fine. It's the same exact question. Where did the city choose to cut funding in this section? Where did that money go instead? And you just type your answer in down there. Okay, so it's all the same questions. All right, and then the last question, I say, look at the above chart in the positive factors section. Do you think these actions taken by the government will help reduce crime in Baltimore? Why or why not? Okay, so you're looking at just this side. So some things that they're going to be trying to do to help increase public safety is they're going to do more targeted enforcement of specific neighborhoods and known violent offenders. So they're going to send more police to neighborhoods where there is a lot of crime, and they're going to put a lot of attention to people that they suspect to be violent offenders. Okay, and then second one, discouraging illegal gun possession. So there's a lot of ways they can do that. Just finding people who have illegal guns, or sometimes what they'll do is they'll have programs where you can turn in your gun and maybe you'll get like some money or something like that. Okay. So for question 4, I'm just asking you look at the above chart in the positive factors section and say, do you think these actions taken by the government will help reduce crime in Baltimore? Why or why not? Okay. So that's all you have to do for this assignment, just those 4 questions. So I'm hoping it won't take you too long. And let me know if you have any further questions. All right. Thanks for watching.